The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. Brought to you by Nadex. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Tom and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. We have the Dow Industrials up 137, Nasdaq's up 55, S&Ps are up 13, gold contract up $7.50, trading at $12.82 an ounce. We have the silver market up 16 cents, $17 flat. Copper's up 3 pennies at $3.12 a pound. Light sweet crude. Where's light sweet crude? Let me see this for a second. I don't think I get the wrong contract on here. So light sweet crude, yeah, we're up 36 cents, trading $56.78 a barrel. Notes and bonds, both notes and bonds are also higher out here this morning. Notes are up 5 ticks, 124.27. Bonds up 25 ticks, 154.14. And King Dollar, Tommy's the only one that basically didn't get the memo that they need more green paint at Sherwin-Williams. Down 102 ticks. Telling you. You got...
I was just going to say, I do that 9 o'clock update, of course, and I could almost pre-record the first 25 seconds of that update recently in terms of all major indices higher, 45-degree angle to the top right? You know, S&P's up 9, 10, Dow Jones up, whatever. Yeah, no, it's seems like this week is going to just be a pretty calm week with some upward trending.
Yep, and, you know, today, what you're going to have here today, so picture, you get Tuesday. We're open tomorrow, but yet by noon, you know, there's a lot of investors are going to be leaving their desk, traveling, you know, getting to where they want to get. Friday, or Thursday, you close. Friday, it's that till 1 o'clock. And you can see right on the open, I mean, look at that 940 bar on the S&Ps. I mean, boom, they just wanted to get it over the high. So what you do have out here today is this. You're testing the highs, and there's no reason that, you know, it can't go a lot higher. But if you fail out here, it's going to be okay. Well, you know, they have every chance to get the juice to make this next leg up. And the S&Ps, you're talking about 25.94.50. Right now, you're at 25.94. We go into the Dow Industrials. Dow Industrials, they haven't made it yet, but they don't have much more to go. They only get another 40 points. 23,602 is the intraday high. We're at 23,563. The composite, yeah, that's way above it. The composite, that just took it out like in a heartbeat. 67.95. We're at 68.46. And your NDX 100, that's up 57 bucks. And you're talking about taking out the 63.46 in a heartbeat, too. So pretty intense. We take a look at the some of the higher volume stocks out here. Look at, they're all green. This is a typical Thanksgiving, man. This is unbelievable. It really is. Apple's up $2.94. You got Qualcomm up 28 cents. Facebook's up $1.70. Nvidia's up $1.52. PayPal's up $2.30. Applied Materials up $1. Tesla's up $4.76. Viva Viacom is up. That's it, up 8 cents. Netflix is up $2.98. You're trading $197 out here.
How about Lowe's? Can we jump over to Lowe's? Because they came out with their earnings, right? And they beat on earnings per share. They beat on revenue. They had some awesome same-store sales, but pre-market it was down. And
let's take a look.
It's remarkable that they can beat so across the board and be struggling. And, you know, yeah, so down $1. I think they were even lower pre-market. And part of what they were saying is maybe it just has to do with Home Depot, I believe, had same-store sales of about 7.9% growth, which is staggering, and Lowe's had, I think it was like 5.9% maybe. So that seemed to be the only thing that comparatively they weren't quite keeping up. But if you look at the top-line numbers, they kind of crushed it.
Yeah, so Lowe's, let's see. Low forecast implies fourth quarter earnings 77 cents to 87. Which seems to, the consensus was 87. So yeah, it's the low end. Actually, let me do this. I got to look at this again. So, it's always different to get the first one.
Yeah, you can even, I think if you go back and just scroll down a little bit further,
Okay.
will be the top, because that's still only until about, okay.
Yeah, so
Maybe
what they say, I see what you're saying, Tom. Yeah, so the second largest U.S. home improvement chain left its full-year profit unchanged, missing Wall Street's estimates. That sent the shares down 2.4%. The hurricanes that struck Texas and Florida in August and September, and damage other parts of the southern U.S. triggered a raft of repair work and business for loans. Its largest competitor, Home Depot. What does happen is that it's intriguing because the contractor goes to Home Depot more than they go to Lowe's. Lowe's is a little bit nicer. Do you know what I mean? They have a little more things.
Yes.
But when you're talking just building, Home Depot is the number. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and if they've been in either, Home Depot kind of has that literally warehouse feel,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Versus a retail store feel of Lowe's.
Right.
I would definitely agree. And,
Yeah. And so what happens there, folks, is that if you're working for someone else and, you're billing it out, the bottom line is that that's a lot more business than you and I going to say, okay, we're going to do over a house, you know what I mean, one by one. So it's more business. That's what it comes down to.
Sure.
Still a good-looking chart, though. It's not a bad-looking chart. Not as good as Home Depot, though. Home Depot, that broke out yesterday, I believe. Yeah, broke out the day before. Yeah.
I mean, that number on Home Depot, same-store sales, 7.9%. That's staggering when you look at probably how great business was going even a year ago.
It is. It is. You're talking, let's just look at the numbers here. So you get Home Depot is banging out $25 billion a quarter. They expect to do, they're already in their fiscal 2018 year, so that's $100 billion they're looking at. Excuse me, folks. And Lowe's is at 68. Yeah, big difference, huh? Wow. That is a big difference.
Yeah, when you look at earnings per share, just to put it, I think, Home Depot is almost double it.
Yes. And Signet Jewelers, I don't know what happened here. Let's find out what happened here. This is down $20, folks.
Oh, boy.
This is, let's see. They get a lot of, I think, maybe, I don't know if this is K Jewelers, too. They run under a million different names. Let's see what they have to say. They're down $20. They're trading $55. Okay, so their third quarter sales, comparable sales, are down -5%.
And just to put it in a quick Google, so they are K Jewelers, Zales, Jared.
Okay, they're everything.
So almost, I was just going to say, I don't know what else. They have H. Samuel, Ernest Jones, but yeah, K, Zales, and Jared.
Right, so that's
3,600 stores, and that's almost every name brand I can think of.
Hey, there's no doubt, man. That's it. And so that's probably, that's a mall deal again. That's the bottom line,
Yep, I could totally. We have all seen all those jewelry stores, and it's interesting who impulse buys at the mall like that, but I guess it's, not necessarily impulse. It's just foot traffic leads to sales.
Right. Look at that chart. $160 down to $55. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Right back, folks.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionics, oil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. We take your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials are trading up 142. You get the Nasdaq up 63. S&Ps are up 14 percentage-wise out here. But you have the Dow trading up 0.6%, S&Ps 0.5, Nasdaq almost 1%. Pretty wild when we take a look at the numbers, and you're only up 1%, but yet because we're at much larger numbers right now, it's a one-way trade, man. It's when we take a look at this, folks. If I look at the Nasdaq right now, August 21st, you're at 61.77. You're at 68.54 right now.
Yeah, that's like 10% since that time. Pretty staggering.
It's amazing. Bitcoin, it's staggering until we look at Bitcoin, right?
Right.
Bitcoin right now, folks, so check it out. Had a low last night. It's kind of, sometime during the last 24 hours of 77.98. You're at 83.38 right now. And bottom line is that also is moving with force. The amazing thing of Bitcoin is that when you look back 6 days ago, it's hard now, 6 days ago, 7 days ago, you're at $5,605. Your bottom line is that you're almost you're at 8,300. Let's go to Mark in Concord, Mass. Hey, Mark, what's going on, brother?
How are you?
Doing great, man. Yourself?
I'm fine, thank you. So from now on, when I call, it's going to be Mark from Bedford, Massachusetts. We moved.
Oh, cool, man. Awesome.
Well, we sold our house. We've taken, the market is very good for housing, so you don't know what it's going to be like in a year from now, so take advantage of it.
Good for you.
We want to downsize, so this was the opportunity.
That's awesome, man. That's retirement.
Yeah.
That's a good scene, man.
Yeah.
That is a good scene, totally.
Yeah, so it's going to be, from now on, it's going to be Mark from Bedford, Massachusetts, not from Concord, Massachusetts. So here's my question of the day. Last week, you guys were talking, I think it was on Wednesday. You and Tommy both were talking about all three indexes. They were making a channel, and you put them in you both said they were making lower highs and lower lows. Now, the question which I have for you is, the next day we had that explosive day up, and today we have an explosive day up. So my question is the channel idea gone, or are we
it's
still
broken.
trending lower?
No, it's broken big. It's broken. In fact,
It's broken, okay.
Yeah, and where you really want to go, Mark, right? Do you remember, I know you're going to remember this. I think you asked me, like, maybe 7 months ago, right? We were talking about the NASDAQ and the, I was, of course, a bear, right? And you're asking, well, do you think you can go to this outrageous price? I says, hey, well, anything can happen. Well, I think we're at that outrageous price. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and and it was less than that. It was more like 4 or 5 months ago, because I've been listening to Steve, and Steve was talking about that it was going to basically, I'll paraphrase Steve, talking about maybe going to stratosphere.
Right.
And
right.
And that was my logic behind that. So I
understand.
So
right.
I don't know.
Hey, 10% since August. That's a stratosphere for sure.
So the question is, are we going to keep going through the stratosphere, or maybe go to the next stratosphere, or what do you think?
It's easy to do. Once you get it going just like this, so what you have is this. So picture, if we take a look at the S&Ps and the NASDAQ, what you're going to see right on the open, it was actually 10 minutes after the open, you had, someone come in big. They popped it right over all the highs. And now the question is, are they going to follow through? What happens in holiday trading is that it's not that hard to basically keep markets up. So unless something comes out of somewhere, that it could be politics, it could be, who knows anything for a sell-off. But this week, yeah, I can see this thing staying up here. Today's going to be a big day, because this is the challenge today. Okay, so there's enough traders that are here today that could push it down, and if it does, well, then we're going to have some volatility on Friday, tomorrow and Friday. If these highs don't hold, then yeah, I'd say that this thing can pull back, and it can pull back very quickly. If the high holds.
What do you think will happen if we don't pass the tax bill?
Either whether we pass it or don't pass it, at some point you got to get a pullback. The tax bill. It looks to me that the fight is going to be on. We're already at Thanksgiving. They said they were going to have it done by Thanksgiving. Well, you can see that that's not the case. So.
Well, I was listening to CNN this morning, and one of the people on CNN says, in so many words, no way. So I think the jury's out on the tax bill, but I don't think it looks that good.
Well, I think they'll get a tax bill done, though. It's it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be no middle-class tax bill. But you can see. So picture, if you take a look at it fundamentally, what you have is that if we go back to, and particularly I know this because of the gold report so dramatically. If you go back, I don't care whether it's 5, 10, 15 years, folks, all those people cared about was the deficit, right? That's all you hear on a continual basis. Can't raise the deficit, can't raise the deficit. Now what has happened, right, is you don't hear that at all. You don't hear any corporation, and I'm talking about, you had conservatives saying can't raise the deficit. You had CEOs saying you can't raise the deficit. Now guess what? All of them are quiet. They're not saying a word because they're going to save so much money. So my take is that it's going to happen. Just a matter of, can they get those votes and jam it in? And I don't think that's going to happen, though, before the first of the year. And I think one of the keys will be that'll jolt the market is that the Senate version has a tax cut in 2019. That's a whole nother year. The House has one 2018. So that's a big difference.
For the corporate rate you're talking about.
Yes, the corporate rate, right. And that's all I'm talking about right now when I say the tax bill is going to get done. They're hell-bent on, for some reason, fighting for corporations. And unfortunately, a lot of the middle classes and they're fighting for corporations too, against themselves, which seems to be normal these days. But so I think it's going to get done, though, Mark.
I don't understand that, So I don't know. Maybe I need a lesson in New Age economics or something. I don't know.
Well, I agree. There's no doubt, man. Listen, you know what cracks me up when people are saying, "Hey, the economy's been a dud," and it's like, hold on, man. I've been doing this for a long time. So the first trade is 1980. This economy is flying. The market's at all-time highs, and all I keep hearing is that how bad things are, and we got to give the companies more money. It's like, oh, really? But that's it. You got to face reality. That's where we are, man.
Well, I'm with you.
Okay, brother.
Okay, cooking.
Mark from Bedford. Mark
Thanks,
from
Mark.
Bedford. You're gonna miss that bread store up in Concord.
I will. Talk to you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Mark.
Stay right there. Tommy and I come right back, folks.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender. Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get 'em, folks.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Tom and Tommy O'Brien. We do appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Let's go take a look at the good old VIX. So where we are, where's the complacency? 9.76.
Single digits. It's been a while.
It has, and it was fast and furious. 5 days ago, you're at 1451. And the low thus far is, look at that, 899. So the day's not over yet. As Basil will say, the days is young, right?
Right? Totally. And man, I mean, talk about if you're trading that VIX, you just got to take those profits, and you'll get spikes occasionally. But poof, we really haven't seen any type of sustain because, I mean, last week we were joking, right, where the week started off with each morning, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, with multiple, like, triple-digit. It looked like the Dow was going to open down.
Yes.
And so that was the first time we had sustained any type of, and, you know, it rebounded solidly, excuse me, Monday and Tuesday. Excuse me, but it was still remarkable that we had just started lower 3 days in a row to the degree of 100 Dow points. And even that, the market is just like, from there we march higher, 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 and we forget about last week completely.
Yeah, it's in a huge way. Let's go take a look at the Russell 2000, the IWM. So the IWM right now is up $1.63. You're trading at 150.114, and that's over the highs also. So, you know, now check this out, folks. This is where it's going to be really wild. If this is ever an ABC up,
oh boy.
yeah,
Yeah.
because the leg that we're talking is huge. The leg started August 18th. That'd be 134 to 150. You know, you're talking monster deals, 16 bucks. Yeah.
And then what? 145 is your C.
Yep. 144.50, right? 16 bucks, $1.60, right?
What's that? Yeah, so that'd be 160, call it 161, which is a good 10 points from here, which is another 6.57% from where we're at right now.
Pretty intense. No doubt.
Anything's possible, man. Like you were saying.
It's
to our man Mark. It's like, can it happen? Of course it can happen.
Yeah. But particularly when you get the cool thing is, folks, today's going to be a good day to, by the end of the day, to see where this whole thing shakes out, because you're all at highs. I mean, the bottom line is that when you get into a high, you want to get away from the high as quick as you can. And if you do, guess what? Your probability gets much higher that the momentum's going to be there, that everyone just starts turning it on, hits those buttons, right? Because, you know, we don't all are looking at the same market. We might look at it differently, but when you break out, people love buying breakouts, man. You know what I mean? They fail, but they love buying them.
It'd be interesting to see how the end of the year plays into things with either, you know, taxes. Are you going to wait, you know, and with just the political deal like we were just talking about? Is there going to be anything that comes down the pipeline regarding the tax deal? You know, you could have a couple senators come out harshly and can the bill that's in the Senate right now immediately, and then throw things in a little bit of a turmoil. Not saying that'll happen, but it'd be interesting.
Oh, there's enough out there. There's an article out here today. I'll see if I can get it pulled up again. I didn't read the whole article, but it's a beauty, folks. And what it's about is that the details inside this tax bill is what it has is that you get some the hedge fund managers in themselves. They're saying that there's a couple loopholes that are inside that tax bill right now, that the children and their children's children will never have to pay taxes if they do that thing right. So what tends to happen also is this, is that when you get a tax bill through, once the loophole is in there, they will get it out, but it will take 7, 8, 9 years to get it out.
Sure.
You know, because they'll dive on it. So I suspect we'll see, you know, there's going to be some pushback on some of that stuff. I'll see if I can find this thing.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is. Here it is right here. Okay, so, yeah, let me pull this up 1 second. Because this is the stuff that lawmakers who sped through a bill in the U.S. House last week may have handed a few more goodies to Wall Street's wealthiest than they realize. Investors in the billion-dollar hedge fund business will be able to take advantage of a new lower tax rate touted as a break for small businesses. Private equity fund managers might be able to sidestep a new tax on their earnings, and a combination of proposed changes might allow children and grandchildren of the very wealthy to avoid income taxes in perpetuity. Isn't that a trip? I mean,
it is, and I'm just reading through. They say whether they were intentional or accidental, and I have to roll my eyes. I mean, you know, you don't have billionaires getting loopholes passed in that allow generations to not pay taxes and have that be an accidental oversight.
Yeah, right. Seriously, man.
It's not how the world works. I think everybody knows that.
It's not. It's not even close.
Exactly.
Let's see. There are sure a lot of glitches and loopholes in large measures because there's so much complexity in the bill. And there's always complexity, and it's the bottom line. Let's see. The loopholes are deep in the details. The House bill contemplates a major shift in how most American businesses are taxed right now. Profits from pass-through entities like sole proprietorship and partnership show up in their owners' individual income taxes. The House bill replaces that with the new 25% tax rate on pass-through business income. Supporters describe the change as a boom for small business, a way to keep them relatively even with corporations, which stand to see their tax rate drop to 20% from 35%. The bill's drafters probably didn't mean for investors and partnerships like hedge funds to use the new pass-through rate, according to David Miller.
Who's probably getting paid by hedge funds? Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, who is that guy saying the drafters probably didn't plan for some of the biggest billionaires in the market to get a break? I mean,
well,
but go ahead.
You know what?
It's just such those passing comments just flip me. You know, it's like why would where does that come from? It comes from that guy.
And
but,
this is, folks, this is what's important to understand on what Tommy's saying and what's on that paragraph. Every single fund is set up like this. Our fund is set up like this. Every fund is set up. This is not, do you know what I mean? Funds are not set up as corporations. They're set up as pass-throughs. They have to be set up as pass-throughs. I mean, that is not like, oh, that was a pass-through. They're all pass-throughs. That's how they are. 220s are pass-throughs. That's how it goes, man. Do you know what I mean? You got a general partner, you got limited partners. That's like when I read that, I say, oh my God, that wasn't a mistake. You know?
Exactly.
Okay, so here how it works, according to Miller. A fund could choose to be taxed the same way as a security dealer is. It would have to mark its portfolio to market regularly and record any profits as ordinary income. So watch this. See this quote right here? It would have to mark its portfolio to market regularly and record any profits as ordinary income. Well, that's what you have to do anyway. It's illegal to do anything else. That'd be like saying that you get IBM, right, trading at a certain price, and then all of a sudden you don't market to market. It has to be marked to market. Anyway, it's going to be pretty wild.
Can you scroll down? Does it say anything after when it talks about the Senate plan?
Yep. Let's see.
Just said the Senate plan does it a little differently.
The Senate plan, which is still under consideration, hasn't been put into legislation language, would overhaul taxes for pass-through business in a completely different way. Another.
It's pretty remarkable, and this is where it just gets dicey when, you try and pass through something so large in the span of 2 weeks. I mean,
yeah. No doubt.
Nothing is by accident when you're saving billions. But...
Yeah, seriously. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I come right back.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Dow up 163, Nasdaq up 64, S&P's up 16. Take a look at some of the commodities out here. We have, let's see, so you get heating oil down to 0.2%. Natural gas is flat. Gold is up 0.5%. You got cattle up 0.8. Silver's up 0.9. Copper is up 1%. Coffee is the mover out here, up 1.4%.
So I think we'll still have API numbers tonight, right? And probably EIA numbers tomorrow, since Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are technically full days by the beginning and the ending. Be interesting to see how those markets play out. So can we jump back into that article? Because I was reading it as well. And actually, the end of the article is what talks about the how generations can avoid any taxes.
Cool. Okay.
So it has to do with the estate tax.
Okay.
Which first only has to deal with literally a few thousand of the richest Americans. And, you know, the spiel out there is that, oh, well, you have to make sure that families don't have to sell their businesses and lose jobs. So that's, you know, rhetoric on both sides. But here's where this allows literally the few richest families in the country to literally have generations never pay taxes on any of the billions earned. So not only does the plan currently try to eliminate the estate tax, a 40% levy that applies to estates of a few thousand of the richest Americans each year, the House bill would limit the tax to even fewer estates right away and then eliminate it by 2025. And I'm just fast forwarding. So but it leaves in place, a related measure that allows heirs to sell assets without having to pay income tax on the appreciation that took place before they were inherited.
Wow.
So when you take together those two, right, that means that a family whose fortune derives from long-held assets, and then think Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway, or the Walton family's Walmart stores, might never have to pay tax on the bulk of that wealth. So, you know, the founding generation, you're talking about whether it's, you know, the Berkshire, you know, Warren Buffett or the Walmart heirs, they just never sell it. They borrow against the stock to meet their expenses. And then you have the next generation sell it income tax free.
Right. So no one ever pays tax. This is the key.
That's why the argument of double taxation is, you know, I don't even want to say what I mean, that's just, talk about insanity. You literally building $100 billion family empires and never paying income taxes. You want to talk about takers and freeloaders, man? Right. There you go. All right. And that the article started off with another quirk in the House bill is so glaring that they have some other tax accountant, Richard Levine, a special counsel at Withers Bergman, says he can't believe it was accidental. I mean, of course it wasn't. You know, you don't have the richest families in the world have accidentally end up not paying income taxes on tens of billions of dollars of income. That's blowing my mind, man, and that says a lot in the political climate we're in.
Well, yeah. I mean, and it's always about power, folks.
Must be nice, man.
It's always about power. I mean, we're lucky in this country that it's divided up somewhat. You know, when you look at other countries, you can see that once those families get in charge, they never leave. Do you know what I'm saying? And you know, in this case, we got enough of them fighting over it, and hopefully. So
this is how glaring it is, though. The last time the estate tax was repealed, during a single year in 2010, Congress changed that rule on inherited assets to avoid this exact result. So it's not like this was something that was like, oops, we didn't realize it. The last time this happened, they were well aware that you had to change the consequential rule.
Right.
And guess what? Oh, that didn't happen this time. I mean, it's repulsive, man. It is.
Yep. And
that's blowing my mind, man.
Yeah, and while
no income taxes for the richest few thousand families. I mean,
forever.
That's just
forever,
ever.
Let's go to our man Charlie in Framingham. He's going to take care of them. Let's go, Charlie. We're going to.
Tom, you've known me a long time, and you guys were passionate about what you're talking about, and I don't want you to get upset with me for saying what I'm going to say. I'm not using profanity.
We're not going to get upset.
But, you know, you left one person out of that list that's running this country.
Yeah.
And his kids are going to benefit. And hopefully they'll be in jail. Sorry, I had to vent.
Charlie, that's all right, man. Don't worry about it. Hey, listen,
all
man.
takes welcome, but the facts are important, man, and they're blowing my mind too, Charlie, man. That's probably the most animated I've gotten. I mean, you know, whether it's the Trump estate or the Waltons or the Berkshire Hathaway or whatever it is, man, you know,
it's real.
It's staggering that generations never paying taxes when you talk about the wealthiest few thousand families.
Right. And
but here's the other side of it. They're good people. They're going to go ahead and they're just going to give away their money. I mean,
and that's a gaffe too.
Some of them are, but you know, I'm not going to suggest that all
but
of them
in all
would.
Fairness, Charlie, they got to pay the taxes before they give it away, man. I would love to give away all my income before I pay taxes on it too. You know, I mean, seriously, there's a lot of good people that can use it, but that's not how the country works, man. That's not how streets get paved. That's not how schools run. That's not how the defense budget runs. You know, everything.
Okay, listen, I didn't want to get the blood pressure up on either side of the phone here.
You didn't.
Anyway.
You didn't, Charlie. Don't worry, man.
Okay. Hey, Tom. Can you take a look at GG and just give me a readout on that, please? I'm in at 1274, and it's just kind of bouncing around here for the last.
Let's take a look. We got Gold Corp. The low is 1191. The high is 1787. Yeah, you're still in this consolidation. I'd stay there, man. I like, that high volume spike you got at 1366, Charlie, is going to get at least tested. And then was it Thursday? Yeah, no, Friday. Friday. It came up there with volume again. That's a good indication you're going to get up there. You know, it's
okay.
Yeah. Let me put this on a weekly for a second. Yeah, the same with the weekly. The weekly. This thing looks like, yeah, that's still that spike at 1366, and then of course, if you hit the 1424, you're going to have some big action, man. And what we've had in the gold market, in the silver market. Well, the silvers have been weak. There's no two ways about that. And the gold market, they've tried to hit this. They tried to hit it all last week. They got it good yesterday, man. I thought really today that it would test those lows, but it's coming right back. And what you have is that these bonds won't stop. So the bonds are even saying that, hey, guess what? Rates are going to stay down. If rates are staying down, gold's going to go. And I've read enough articles that it's like, okay, are all the gold bugs just buying, Bitcoin? And, that on a contrary basis, that's pretty cool. Because, they might be. But the bottom line is that that's not going to make a difference in the context of where it actually wants to go. So.
Well, let me understand something. When you take a look at that high spike it's a doji, I guess.
Yep.
And,
Well,
the big one
that wouldn't be a doji, because what happens is that has not been in an uptrend. You see what I'm saying? You have to be in an uptrend in order for that to be a doji. Stay right there, Charlie. Tommy and I are going to come right back, okay? Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Excuse me, folks. Dow is up 165, Nasdaq's up 65, S&P's up 16.5. Be right back.
Are China A shares hot or not? If you trade China A shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A share bull and bear ETFs. China A shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has put together the finest programming lineup each trading day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected financial minds in the nation to educate traders and investors. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we broadcast 8 hours a day, starting at 9 a.m. as Larry Pesavento kicks us off with Trade What You See. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we broadcast 11 hours. Get an early and healthy start to your day as Nico and Paige bring you Living a Primal Lifestyle. Then catch Andy Hecht at 5 p.m. with the Commodities Hour, following the Tom O'Brien Show. Swim lessons from TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim is now at 11 a.m., followed by Basil Chapman at 12 noon. See the TFNN program lineup via the link on the front page of TFNN.com to get a complete overview of our TFNN shows and hosts. And keep TFNN's Tiger TV tuned in on your mobile device, PC, or Mac for the latest financial news and information throughout the broadcasting day. TFNN.com. Educating investors. Learn how to trade options with swim lessons. Brought to you by TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim. Next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. We're talking with our man Charlie from Framingham, and we are talking about Gold Corp. So, what you have here, Charlie, I mean, even if I put this on, I'm sorry, go ahead about the doji.
Okay, well, you said it's not a doji, but anyway, that's it spiked up to whatever,
Yes.
13, whatever,
66,
right?
yeah.
So am I correct that what you need volume on a daily basis of over 18 grand, 18
What
million
will happen
rather?
most times, so you had 18 million shares there, right? Most of the time what would happen is this, Charlie. You see when we came up last week, came up with 9.2. You'll get up there, but you won't get the 18 the first time. It'll probably test it, then it will back off, and on the back off, that's what you want to see, like, okay, is it back on light volume? If that's what it is, then you're just building cause to get through. If we move this over, see that downdraft on the 27th of July? That's what it's trying to get through. And that was the first supply line taking so much off. The next one was last week, taking so much off. It's going to take a while to get through that damage, because that damage, that's when it went from 1394 to 1279. Let me just pull this back a little bit more. Yeah, that's what's going on. You know, but this is a decent setup, man. You know, the July downdraft, though, that's what this is all about. You know, because you can see how that volume sticks out? Even on the daily, it's 20 million. Watch, if we put this on the weekly, it's probably going to be a monster, too. Yeah, on the weekly, it's 54 million. And you can see, that's nice, though. See, we went up there the first time at 43. It's not bad. And then we went up there at 31. Hey, Charlie, have a great Thanksgiving, man.
You too. Enjoy.
Thanks, Charlie.
Thanks, guys.
Excuse me. Stay right there, folks. We got swim lessons coming up next. Basil Chapman, Steve Rhodes, Dave White, myself, Andy. Tommy, have a great one. Have a safe one.
You too, man.
I won't get you sick.
There we go. Perfect. You got to get better. Perfect.
Stay right there, folks. Swim lessons coming right up.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.